guys, I'm Jess.
And I'm Ed.
And we're going to be doing another episode of GameSpot Plays for you. This time we're digging into the hot new city building
Skyline.
game.
City Skyline.
Skylines, which is really hard to say.
It is. It's like double plural.
Yeah, it is double plural.
It's the worst. Yeah,
But
so this is
so sweet looking.
It is the best. I'm obsessed with this game.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. It's from Colossal Order, which is a small Finnish studio, like 13 people or so.
Yeah.
And Paradox Interactive. So I'm just going to jump right in.
Yeah, good idea.
Obviously, it looks a lot like SimCity 2013.
It does.
I don't think they're really hiding the influences very much. Like, it's got like the tilt shift, it's got like just that nice, bright, vibrant Western city feel.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of the same ideas, but it does so many more things better than EA ever did.
That's so interesting because I feel like it's one of those games that you get a first look at and think it's a clone, but it's actually extending on so many different elements.
I mean, like SimCity 2013 went in a lot of good directions.
Yeah.
They just didn't completely get there. And I think City Skyline basically picks up where they left off. And this is like the only city builder on the market right now, and it is the only one you need, really.
Yeah.
So
this is a thriving, insanely huge town.
My wonderful town. This is actually my second town where I learned from all my mistakes. And so if you played like a city builder like SimCity before, you will probably know what you're in for. So here is my, I call this city River Run.
Right.
Because it runs by a river.
It does. It's clever.
And yeah, so you basically zone districts, residential, commercial, industrial, and then you pick up the problems that you create for yourself.
Okay, so you've grouped everything pretty much
I
here.
have grouped everything.
So your blue is your commercial, green's residential, and then your industry is up the back there.
Yeah. I mean, like, with all good cities, you will know that all the industry is away from the residential, except for these guys, who are basically my workers.
They're just getting screwed over.
They're just living in the
They've got a line of shops, though. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about keeping your citizens happy.
Yeah.
One feature, you know how SimCity 2013 had all that dumb sim stuff? How you go down to the floor and you, see the Sims say, oh no, I need more schools. So this game has a Twitter feed. And it's very true to life in the fact that citizens use really, really bad hashtags.
Oh, hashtags. Okay, good.
So here is where you'll find out what your city needs, like from the citizens. So say Oliver Williams is really like excited about the solar power plant. And I can see exactly where he lives.
Yeah.
And another thing it improves on from SimCity is that SimCity 2013 was touting their glass box sort of system where like residents would actually exist and they'd go to a job and go to a house and all that kind of stuff, which is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Except in SimCity, every resident didn't actually have a home. They just went to the nearest house. They went to the nearest jobs all the time.
Right. It wasn't specifically programmed.
No, but in City Skyline, somehow they managed to actually realize it. So every resident has a name.
Yeah.
Every resident has a specific house and a specific job.
Cool.
And if you mess with that stuff, they will, then have to adjust.
Yeah, so they get super upset, like when you need to build a road over their house, or even when you build roads near their houses. I've noticed when in my short time playing, they get super upset.
Yeah, so everything like actually affects everything, which is really great, and it feels natural too. So everything is generally like a very gradual process.
Right.
So if you say, put the sewage, downstream from the water containment. Slowly but surely, everyone will start drinking their own poop.
Right.
And it will affect things.
That's a worry.
So what's great about City Skyline is that it has like a million more options for everything. So roads are basically the most important part of like any city building game, I would say. And this has way more options for roads in SimCity. You can do lots of different curved roads, and you can like set like prefabricated roundabouts and download new intersections and stuff from the store.
So does that involve a lot of planning in advance? Like, I mean, I had to delete my first town about 10 minutes into playing because I'd already messed it up.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the learning curve like?
Well, I mean, I think you definitely need to fail your first city.
Right, yeah.
Because you need to learn from the mistake. You need to know what's important in this city builder. And yeah, I quickly learned that, you can make the nicest city in the world, but if you don't have a good road system, like no one can get anywhere. Like goods from the industry can't get to the commercial stores. Residents can't get home. They can't get to work. So yeah, if you have a good road system, like you will be richly rewarded.
Yeah.
And Colossal Order actually made the Cities in Motion games, which were primarily based around public transit in Europe.
Yeah.
And so they brought a lot of those kind of like ideas and sort of traffic management and traffic AI sort of learnings to this game. So traffic is very important. So
how is the AI?
It's
in general.
It's really good. I mean, I feel like it's really good.
Yeah.
You know, people will get in the right lane to turn, the correct lanes to turn, and you know, roundabouts are your best friend, especially for heavy
it looks like
areas.
it.
Because the more intersections you have, the more pileup there is. And obviously there are heaps of infographics for cities. And you know, I mentioned public transit. And the public transportation system in this game is intense. There's like bus systems, but whereas in SimCity you could just place a bus stop and then they just randomly go around and pick people up.
Sure.
You know, you can set bus routes. So I've got like a whole bunch of different bus routes here, so my residents can get to like work and like to the shops and stuff, and I can just drag lines and add stops on the fly.
So you just set like a loop in the town, like along the road.
Yeah, basically.
And then that's the bus line.
Yeah, like regular bus routes. So you also have underground metro systems.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just going to bulldoze someone's house here. And
They'll be fine.
Hey, I want to let you take the train to this industrial area. If I can find a stop. I'll build some tunnels.
Oh, okay,
matching up the things if I can get them. So
it can just sit underground.
Yeah.
That's really handy for when you get a busy town.
That's true. And then you just set the line. So you can go from this station to this station.
Oh, cool.
Back to this station. And everyone's happy.
They're so happy.
Yes,
the smiles. The smiles are so rewarding.
The smiles are so rewarding. I do it for the smiles.
Yeah.
And there's like a train system, above ground train, and then there's harbor, and then there's an airport.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that you would think of, but way more comprehensive than SimCity ever was. So you actually need to get into the nitty gritty of everything, like sort out your piping, whereas in SimCity 2013, all your electricity and water was just basically fed through the roads.
Yeah.
Not so in City Skyline, you have to do that separately.
So your pipes are like all these little things like down on that map.
Yeah,
like
basically.
The tiny little slivers.
Water and sewage goes in the same pipe. Well, they are
They're
together. They're together. They're close together.
Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. The garbage, you know, it has the same SimCity sort of idea that it will show you with the green on the road which areas are covered, and so on and so forth. Hospitals, fire departments, and police, and education. Unfortunately, not a lot of my citizens are very educated, but I have a lot of sort of lower class industry, so that's important.
So those ones are freaking out. So then how do you get water to these guys who are like, please?
Okay, so for example, since I just built those houses, you can see that there's no actual water going there. So I'll just need to build a pipe from the existing pipe structure.
Oh, easy. And everything kind of works in these radiuses? Like
yeah, basically. So you don't need to like send pipe to every single house.
Right.
You just need to get in the general area.
Cool.
One unique thing is districts.
Sweet.
So you can actually paint districts, so areas, suburbs or whatnot, and then use that to sort of observe how everyone's doing, basically.
Right,
so like this business park, I can tell like, I want to just find out how their businesses are doing and how happy they are in that kind of respect.
Yeah.
And you can also use districts to apply different policies.
Cool.
So you can say, you guys need to conserve power. You're not allowed to. You only moderate energy consumption. You know, you guys can save water. You know, no pets. So like, I've got a lot of no pet sort of policies in these high density residential areas, because high density buildings make so much garbage.
Yeah, sure.
And like, I don't want to just have to build like 10 like landfill pits.
Yeah.
So you guys, no pets, less garbage. And in the same vein, I'm encouraging recycling all over.
That is a lot of policies.
Free public transport.
That's good. So then people get the bus, right?
Yeah.
Instead of driving over.
Cool. And it's free, so good for them. And you can choose like tax hikes for specific sort of industries and sort of residential things.
Yeah.
City planning, so I can give like perks for businesses, so they would come in and make more money, and I'll get more money because of that. High-rise bands, traffic bands, so on and so forth. And I gotta say, like, one of the huge complaints about SimCity 2013, aside from the offline,
aside from all the other
ones, is the size of the map, right?
And so, this is huge.
This is freaking huge.
Yeah.
So you start off with a plot of land, which is the size of a SimCity style plot.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe like around that big. But very early on, you can start buying more plots of land. So I've expanded out here. If I click on the global map, I can have all of that land as part of that one city. And like, I feel like this city is already getting like a little bit big. And in my other city, I just put high density everywhere, and it got way too crazy. But I've yet to see like someone actually really effectively build.
Yeah, that would be overwhelming. That's cool though.
There's just so much detail in this game. There's so much shit to do.
That's awesome.
And there's even more. There's going to be like infinite amounts because the modding is like really.
That community is going off.
It's going off. It's like very heavily like supported and encouraged by the developer. So you can see these intersections that I have right here. They were actually downloaded from the Steam Workshop.
Oh, wow.
Because someone with the time and patience managed to put together a unique and very effective highway intersection. And I could just use that for my city.
Yeah.
So, and it's super easy. I've never seen such an easy mod system integrated into a game. So I'm going to go into it. It encourages you to make your own shit and like upload to Steam Workshop.
Yeah. So I mean, it's right there. Like
it's right there.
They clearly care a lot about you getting your mods in and getting down and dirty with this game.
I mean,
so cool.
And so it's stuff from like maps. We can make our own maps. Assets like the sort of intersections, and you can get custom shops and stuff.
Yeah.
Like mods like hard mode. Those are sort of default. But automatic bulldoze is something I put on.
Oh yeah.
So like when your house get abandoned, you get
oh, that's such a good idea.
Bulldozes it. Like tree brushes, like FPS display, ground level camera.
Yeah.
Turn that on, and just so much other stuff.
Cool.
And all you need to do is like go into the asset editor and say, I want to make a cool thing for the internet.
And you can do a cool thing, and then people play your cool thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
oh, sweet.
It's great even for your own game and just for your own personal use. Because say you want to build like an intersection yourself, and you don't want to have to keep spending money and bulldozing the stuff in the game.
Messing it up, right?
Yeah, you just sort of like make it in here. You just make it in here, like do whatever you want, like paint it with trees. If I can paint with trees.
Yeah, everything's right in there.
I just want like.
That's what you really want, though.
I just want a triangle.
That's a good intersection. That's how the people get around.
That's how the people get around. And then you just take a screenshot of it like that, like so.
Beautiful.
And then you save it as.
That is so easy.
My sweet intersection. From there, you just upload it to Steam Workshop. One of the complaints of the game that I have seen is the lack of sort of like maps. So all the maps are kind of very plain, like they're very like bright and sunny.
Yes.
And green and wet. I guess there's lots of water. And there's some like deserts and stuff.
Yeah.
But they've also again encouraged people to make their own maps.
Awesome.
So we can make our own cool SimCity place.
That's great.
But yeah, I mean, you've been playing it. Like, how are you finding it compared to SimCity?
With anything like a world builder, I am finding it like semi-difficult.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get into, and I think because they have those particular things, like everybody has their own car and their own actual lives, it feels more like a city simulator than SimCity did.
Yeah.
SimCity had some nice elements, but I feel like this capitalizes on everything that it did well, and then it does more stuff.
Yeah. And there is so much to worry about. Like, it's impossible to get into everything in here. There is so much nitty-gritty detail, and like everything you do affects everything else.
Yeah.
That, this is a game that will suck up your life. And I've already spent like 30 hours.
So how long did you spend making that second town? Like, how long does it take to get something like that?
Well, I think the second town I've maybe spent like, I'd say maybe just under 10 hours.
Right. But that's not too bad.
But this was my first city. I'll just load it up, and it's a mess. Like, I just wanted to make New York. I just wanted to make like gigantic skylines, and I learned that trash is a big problem.
It's So people freak out.
Yeah, like these guys, their traffic situation is terrible. My streets are a mess because I have intersections everywhere. It's like a grid, which sounds great in principle, but yeah, for the traffic flow and like heavy industry stuff, it's not like fantastic. Like I built all this shit on a mountain, which was really hard. I built this sort of like satellite cargo rail industry, which is really poor idea because I had to build their own power plant for them because they're so far away from the town.
Oh God.
So on and so forth, and I just wanted to like put everything on the map. So like, got a little like Singapore-style harbor port town here with like harbor cargo and. Like they had their own wind generators, and like I just wanted to make curly streets at one point.
Yeah,
so I just made
so
it
you just did that.
But yeah, like this looks huge again, but like I can fill out once I unlock these ones on the edge. I can just keep going and going.
Yeah.
And one last thing I wanted to show was something that everyone's been talking about lately, which is the Lost Santos map from GTA 5 that someone has made on the Steam Workshop. So let's load it up. You just download it from the Steam Workshop and just, it's in your save games, just load it. And the creator has warned that this town is severely in debt. It just shows like some of the awesome things you can do.
That's a real city simulator.
That's a real city
simulating a simulated city.
So here we have bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Reject.
Bailout.
So this is, they completely made Los Santos and Grand Theft Auto 5, neighborhoods and all, like with such striking attention to detail.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's basically an LA sort of mirror, but yeah, it's just so detailed. It's like exactly.
That's intense. Look at all the crap in the water.
Yeah, I haven't really wanted to like try and fix the city's problems because they're many, but this is like all the sprawling intersections. I can't imagine just how much time they put into making
to get the detail
this.
Right. Yeah.
So here you've got like Trevor, the town where Trevor is from.
Oh yeah.
You get the top of Mount Chiliad.
Holy crap.
Like everything is just like even they've used power lines for the cable car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, but even like the winding path is like is kind of like true to life or not true to life or one-to-one.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is insane, and it's so huge. It doesn't even fit on my screen when I zoom all the way out.
So they've used all the blocks, have they?
They've basically used
pretty
all
much.
The blocks, and
So that's what you can make.
That
Holy
is what
crap.
you can make in City Skyline.
How exciting.
The city builder, I would say.
Yeah.
From Colossal and Paradox. And they've said they're going to keep supporting it with mods.
Yeah.
They're going to keep rolling updates out. Like they've had a bit of problems with piracy, and they've said, well, screw that. We'll let you pirate it, but we're going to make the game the best experience possible if you get it off Steam. Like rolling updates, and it'll be really cool.
That's great.
I've been obsessed with this game.
That's awesome.
I know a lot of people who have been obsessed with this game. So yeah.
Sweet.
Do you like it?
I do. I think it's full of possibility, and I'm really keen to try and master it.
It is a wonderful game.
Awesome.
So yeah, that was City Skylines.
Thanks, guys.